Warning, this video will scare the melanin out of you. Welcome to Tunacheki's Africa React. I'm your host, Meki Mushi, and this is a show where we go online and look at viral videos concerning the African continent. So today's video, we will be talking about the corporate media, Western media, and the mainstream media, and how it's just a product sponsored by their governments to control the masses, right? So before we continue with our reaction, please make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube shares this video to more like-minded people like you. And a big thank you to all our members. We're still doing this mostly just because of you. So let's get on with our reaction. Today I'll even make myself a bit smaller so you can watch this in full screen. So here's a video. Please make sure to listen to what they're saying, okay? Listen.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about trouble and trending irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 That's our video that we wanted to react to, and I really hoped you listened. So that is 50 different media organizations based in the United States saying the exact same thing, saying the exact same programming, brainwashing the masses the exact same way, right? So let's talk about why this is very relevant to Africa, because Africans consume this so-called news. African consumes Western media. African consumed mainstream media. African consumes corporate media in a way that Africans actually start thinking this is the real truth. This is reality. They're reporting the truth, right? So let me explain it to you guys clearly, right? Corporate media's goal is to make money, and they do this by working with their governments who pay them to portray a certain narrative, to report a certain news, to achieve the goals of their governments that are paying them. That is corporate media, right? The CNNs, the FOXNEWS, the BBCs, they're all media made to portray a certain information, which we call propaganda, right? So when it comes to Western media, corporate media, and mainstream media, there's usually basically the same, right? Because news organizations like the BBC, they just do the bidding of the British government. Like, it's simple like that. Never watch the BBC, never watch Aljezira, never watch France 24, never watch Deutsche Welle, just because they have got an African next to their name, thinking they are reporting news that's actually, first of all, true to begin with. News that's actually like meant for you. No. This news is meant to brainwash their masses based on the requests of their governments that they get their money from, right? And this comes to now the most important part, like the death of journalism. As you saw, those are like 50, like I think there were more than 100 different journalists just copying, repeating the same thing. There's no journalism there. Journalism is about investigation, independent thinking, trying to expose the people who are on top, which are the governments, right? The journalists and the government should never be on the same side. You just know you are in an authoritarian regime, which is basically most of Western, the Western world, right? So they try to say China controls the media, Russia controls the media. Yeah, yes, they do. The same way the United States controls the media, the same way the British people control the media, the same way the whole of the Western world controls the media, right? If you want to know somebody is a real journalist, they're either being ignored by the mainstream, they're either arrested, or they've either been murdered, right? A good example like Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, like Seymour, those are actually real journalists, and you can see how people like that are being treated, right? One is being arrested for just revealing the news. He's an investigating journalist whose job was to reveal actually what the military, the war crimes the United States military did. Is in prison, right? Seymour is the one who revealed that it's actually the United States are the ones that bombed that Russia pipeline. Everybody is ignoring him, and he's one of the most respected journalists or like on this planet, like real journalists, not just people who copy paste what they're being told, right? The freedom of journalists these days is based on how much money they're earning and how well they can read. You don't really have to be a journalist these days to get a job on CNN, BBC. You have to be an entertainer. So when you watch news today, it's okay to watch news if you're watching it for entertainment. The same way you watch a Hollywood movie, the same way you watch Netflix. It's entertainment, passes the time, intrigues you, makes you laugh, right? But if you're an African and you watch BBC, if you watch Deutsche Welle, if you watch CNN, if you watch Aljezira, if you watch France 24, and you actually get news from them, how can I put this in a nice, delicate way? How can I put it in a more, you're a puppet. Okay, I'm looking for the word. You're a sheep. Yeah, just difficultly. There's no nice way to put this, but if you're actually a grown person and you watch this media news organizations, these Western media news organizations, these corporate media news organizations, this mainstream media news organization to get your actual day-to-day news that dictate how you live your life. Yeah, you're all those things I've said. I'm really rude. I really abuse people. It's not my character, but I'm not even abusing you because it's just the truth. You're a dumb sheep if you just watch media and take it for what it is. Yeah, so that is our reaction. That is our honest opinion. And to be clear, I'm not a journalist. I'm just a person who speaks out my opinions. I react to what journalists report. And I'm saying all those journalists from all those media news organizations, they're puppets. And you've seen it for yourselves. They just copy-paste what is written. And ask yourself, who writes them, right? Who writes the script? Mostly the government, the corporate world. Yeah, that's it. So please, wake up. Don't listen to corporate media from Fox News, France 24, CNN, BBC, Aljezira, I24. Yeah, like they're all the same group, right? Either serving a corporate master, a government master, and yeah, now that you know and you've seen it for yourself, and this is just one video. There's so many examples of these guys just puppeting the same things. Yeah, so before I make this short video, a super long video, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys, especially our members. We just can't do this without you, because the type of videos that we report to are really not in the mainstream, are really not popular, so our videos don't get that much traction, and it's you, our members, who enable us to be able to do this work and report and actually talk about the stories we want to talk about. So thank you, members. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all our subscribers also. And with that said, it's been Mekemushe from Tunacheki, and always remember, Africa is watching.